NewGenGamers.com.
Hello, welcome to New Gen Gamers. This is another entry into our documentary series of Console Wars of the Past. This is Console Wars of the Past Part 2, Sega Master System section. Here are the Sega Master System controllers. Now, note that they quite resemble the NES controllers of the day, with the two face buttons and the directional pad. But we are missing the start and select buttons. So the Sega Master System only had two actual face buttons. Now we'll move up here to the system itself. This is what it looked like. We had your power, controller ports in the front, 1 and 2, the card game input. Now this card slot was actually used for games that were released on cards as budget titles. So they weren't really full price games, but you could still have a game and not have to pay a lot for it. There's the reset button. There's the pause button. Why they put that on the console is beyond me. There's your indicator lights. There's the cartridge port itself. And on the back of the console, we've got an AV out. We've got a channel selector, an RF out, and an adapter. Here, we'll put that in a little better light so you can see it. Okay, now, as for other accessories, we have the light phaser. This was to come with the Sega Master System. I keep wanting to call it the Genesis. And notice there is no distinguishable click. Now, as with the NES, the zapper comes with a click. You feel the click. Maybe that was the appeal. That zapper, it felt like you were shooting something. This zapper, it doesn't feel like you're shooting something. Now that's just a little comparison of the two guns. Now, let's look at the games. Here we have Phantasy Star, Rescue Mission, Pro Wrestling, a later title, Joe Montana Football, which, as many of you remember, was big for the Genesis, Golden Axe Warrior, and no, this isn't your mama's Golden Axe. This isn't the same. It's more of like an adventure title. We'll get more into that later. Great Baseball, World Grand Prix, Shoplifter, and some of the more popular titles, Shinobi and Outrun. Something to notice is that all these games were made by Sega. This is how the game goes in. Now, carefully insert the game into the cartridge because it seems to have a weird tilt to it to actually go into the cartridge port. And there's how the game inserts in. Go ahead. And that's how the game comes out. Now, one more note we want to make here before we get to playing the system is some of the other accessories that would come with the system was there was a set of 3D glasses that you could put on and actually play the game in 3D, like it was on your face. And they, from what I hear, they work really well. Unfortunately, we haven't procured any of those yet, so we can't experiment. This is basically the successor of the Master System. It's little buddy, the Game Gear. The Master System architecture is inside this console. As you can see, it's got the headphone port, the volume port, AC adapter, and power. It's good to have that AC because this thing takes 6 AA batteries. Yeah.
For about 2 to 3 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, it was first fully backlit system. It was a really nice console. Unfortunately, it does take 6 batteries.
Yeah, now this is the first model, which was gigantic. The second model was a little bit smaller, more the size of a Game Boy. This thing, I mean, I have a small hand, but that thing is massive.
Well, just
in
comparison, it's
like
almost...
It's like holding a big piece of loaf of bread.
It's bigger than any other portable system I've ever seen.
Yeah. Now we'll be checking out 3 other games as well that are built into the system. The system had games built in, and there was Safari Hunt, which you'll see is very similar to a Nintendo classic.
Hang On.
Hang On, which is an arcade hit that was a huge hit for Sega.
And a secret Easter egg game we'll show you later.
That is a special super bonus secret.
It was built into the console, so we don't want to ruin that one just yet. We'll get it.
But so the Game Gear went on to succeed this hardware, and the hardware sold and the game sold until 2000. I mean, that's impressive.
In Brazil.
that counts, though. I mean, the fact that Sega supported this machine for, you know, what, 12
They supported
years?
it longer than the Saturn.
12 years. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a heck of a run.
So...
Actually, more than that. About 14 years.
Yeah, needless to say that this...
It's had a good run.
It's not a bad console.
I think it's a gem console where there's not that many good games, but if you look at this collection we have here, there's nothing wrong with this collection of games. You know, they weren't as good as a lot of the Nintendo stuff, but not a bad console, just underrated and never took off in the marketplace.
So, with
Let's
that,
look at it.
let's get to the games.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Welcome to another one of New Gen Gamers' documentaries. This is Console Wars of the Past Part 2, Sega Master System. And here's the vaunted Easter egg on the Sega Master System. This is Snail. Basically, the idea here is to get your snail through the little maze. You've got 60 seconds to do so.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a fun little game. You can...
What's so interesting about it is that it's an Easter egg. We didn't know this existed, or I didn't.
Yeah, it's on there.
And there are 2 built-in games with the Master System, which we'll take a look at one of them. Hang on. But this is Snail. And tell them how to do it, Ray.
You basically just use the D-pad and control your snail
to get the Easter egg.
Oh, what you do is you hold up and number 1 and number 2. You hold both the face buttons and up, and then you get the maze, and you just run the little snail through it. You got 60 seconds, and if you fail at any of the mazes, they send you...
only have 40 seconds.
They send you back to the beginning. You have to go all the way back to the title screen.
So it's not very good, but hey.
It's a little challenge to do whenever you're just bored.
It's interesting because they put it in there, you know, as a hidden treat.
Yeah, you never see Easter eggs in a video game console anymore. This is like a one and only, really. So, this is really... Oh, man.
So, check out the rest of what the Sega Master System has to offer on the rest of our videos here. This is Console Wars of the Past Part 2.01, and stick around for the rest of them.
Yep, enjoy.
Sega!
Sega challenges you with the ultimate video game, the Sega Master System.
Hang on!
With more accurate control, more detailed graphics, more levels of play.
Awesome!
The Sega Master System comes with power-based 2 control pads, light phaser, and 2 great video games, Hang On and Safari Hunt.
Gotcha!
And with other games like Rambo, Outrun, and Choplifter, the excitement never stops. The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
NewGenGamers.com.